Hi, it's Bobby from Figuring That Out, and today we're going to talk about new baby essential list. First things first, if you've seen my first video, I talk about the top 5 things that I'm doing to prepare to be a new dad. And in there I touched upon budgeting and saving, doing your research to make sure you're buying the right stuff, and finally the strategy of buying early so that you can in turn save yourself a bit of money as well. Let's jump straight to the first section, which is out and about or travel, as I like to call it. The first thing on the list is your baby on board sign. I used to think, why are so many people telling us they have a baby on board? Is it because they don't want us to make any noise or honk our horns? It actually turns out that if you have one of these signs on your car and you get into a situation, then the emergency services or the first responders are actually going to attend to your car first, because you have an infant on board. So yeah, that blew my mind. I did not know that. From a car seat perspective, we went for the Cybex Cloud Z. Actually did an unboxing video. Hopefully the link should be there somewhere. I quite like it, particularly for the lie flat feature, which meant you can pick up your baby sleeping from the car, put the car seat directly into the pram and keep moving. So that really appealed to us. The things that we have are your pram, pushchairs or strollers, whichever way you call it. There are so many of these out there, ranging from the hundreds to well into the thousands. A lot of people also sell these in bundles, so some may come with a stroller, the car seats, changing bags, and additional stuff. It's worth checking into those because you can save quite a lot of money buying them in bundles. If, however, you do buy different branded car seats and prams, make sure you check out whether you need a car seat adapter, because not all of them are compatible. So it's worth checking that out. The things that we have onto our list, we have your car mirrors, your changing bags, of course rain seat covers, especially if you live in Britain. It's almost always raining, but we are used to that. Travel cot, for those of you who love traveling. Of course it's coronavirus, so there will be no traveling for a while for us. And one thing that I'm really excited to explore and use is the baby carrier. I honestly can't wait to rock my baby on the street. I know the Baby Beyond is a very popular one pretty much globally, and also you can use baby wraps. There are so many out there and they range in the different prices. The Infantino brand is one that is quite moderately priced, and so you might want to look into that. From there, let's talk about the Isofix base. So I spoke about the car seat. The Isofix base is the international standard for securing your car seat. Essentially, you can either use your seat belt to secure the car seat, or you have the base. The base clips into your car and then you lock your car seat into it. You don't have to get one of these. Not all car seats will come with it either, but it's worth exploring that because it gives you that added safety as well, and there's less chances of making mistakes. So it's worth checking out an Isofix base. Right, so from out and about, let's look into the next, which is sleep and lounging. So co-sleeper, or whichever way you want to call it, and we went for the Snooze Sport 3. I quite like it because it's lightweight. So making sure you have something that is compact. You can also carry the bassinet around the house, which I really like. Once again, there's so many options of these out there. I think the Chico is one that is quite highly used in Britain as well, and these are things you don't have to buy brand new, so also keep that in mind too. Environmentally friendly and all that, and you save a couple of pennies too. For cot bed, we went for the Stokey Sleepy. I really love the Stokey Sleepy for 2 reasons. One, you can use it from birth all the way to 10 years old. So with one essential buy, you can essentially expand it to your kid grows to 10 years, which is fantastic. It also means you are not tossing things out, buying a new one, tossing things out, buying a new one. So it's environmentally friendly, and it saves you money in the end, because if you say the whole thing is £500, that's £50 per year. So when you break it down like that, it kind of makes sense, at least to me anyway. One thing I'll mention in the list is waterproof protectors, and one tip for you is definitely to double up. This is one that I actually learned from my sister. By doubling up, what you have is your waterproof sheet, waterproof protected sheet. So should you ever have an accident, or your baby ever have an accident during the night, then all you have to do is take the first cover off and you already have one there waiting for you without having to mess around during the night. So yeah, that's a tip for you. Other things on our sleep and lounging list, so we have a blanket, room temperature, baby monitor. I'm a smart home buff. We have smart home stuff all around the house. So whatever monitor we're gonna get will have to be smart. I'm currently torn between Cubo AI and Nanit. Slightly leaning more towards the Nanit at the moment, but haven't made a decision yet. I do, however, have something called the Baby Sense U, and which I really like because you just clip it to your baby's nappy or whatever they're wearing, and essentially monitors their temperature, it monitors their breathing, and also tells you whether they've rolled over or not. So that's quite cool, and it gives you notifications on your phone. So it's worth checking something like that out. Swaddles are fantastic. The reason for swaddles as well, it keeps the baby cozy and warm. Apparently it gives them a familiar feel of when they are in the womb as well. So it really does calm them down. So it's worth checking and looking into swaddles. It doesn't look comfortable when you see some of them. It looks like the baby's in a straight jacket, but it's scientifically proven to work. It means the baby sleeps a little bit longer. You get a bit more peace of mind as well. So definitely look into swaddles. The one thing I would definitely mention from a sleeping and lounging point of view is SITs. So read into SITs. The Lullaby Trust is a charity in Britain that will educate you as much as possible on SIDS, sudden infant death syndrome. It will teach you on things and how to prevent that. And they have a wonderful app that you can download that will really help you to understand things, especially for new parents or parents to be such as myself. From a lounge point of view, we went with the Sleepyhead. Once again, bought something that was secondhand. It was a Next Display actually, so I'm quite happy with that. And they are quite expensive, but there are so many loungers out there now, options for that. You can see them ranging from about £25 all the way to, once again, the higher end. Honestly, in my opinion, you possibly don't need a Moses basket. So you see it has in there HNE, which normally means helpful, not essential. So if you download that list, whenever you see the HNE, that's what it means. Now you might use a Moses basket up to 4 months. Your Sleepyhead will last you up to 8 months. And if you buy a bundled out and about set, some of them will come with a carry cot. A good carry cot means you don't need a Moses basket. So sort of put these things in perspective when you're buying that stuff so you don't end up having clutter. But that's really this section on sleeping and lounging and what we have. Once again, you can download this list. The link is in the description. You can add your own stuff, and I've added another tab in there where you can do your budgeting as well. So yeah, feel free to check it out, and you can add your own stuff to it as well. That takes us into section number 3, which is your feeding equipment. Looking at this now, I notice there is no breast pump, so I'm going to add that so you can download the right list. But whether you are breastfeeding or whether you are going to be using milks and stuff, you will need to get a set of bottles. Most importantly, you do need to get a sterilizing set because, of course, newborns especially don't have a strong immune system to fight everything. So make sure you sterilize, use some of the Milton tablets into water, clean stuff around your house so that the baby is, everything is well sterilized in your environment and the baby's environment too. We went for the Mum 6-in-1. I really love that because it's almost like a starter pack that they give you. Not only do you get the ability to sterilize using your microwave or a normal electric sterilizer, you also get a set of bottles, they give you a pacifier, and they also give you a food warmer as well, and all that is in one set. It's a fantastic piece of kit, and once again, you can buy that secondhand. Don't need to buy that brand new, but they always have deals spread around the place, so do your due diligence and you will be able to find a pretty good deal. So let's jump straight from food to cleaning, so nappies and changing. Of course, you're gonna need quite a lot of these as well. So in the UK, the Aldi shop Audi's brand of size 0 and size 1 nappies are rated the gold standard. And so that's really great for new parents because they are not very expensive compared to other brands. So if you didn't know about that, I guess now you know. So look into that and equip yourself with some of these. At the moment, it's the coronavirus, so it can be hard to source nappies, but thankfully things are getting almost back to normal, so you can start getting these in the shop more readily available. Of course, you need nappy creams and for your nappy rashes and all that, so make sure you equip yourself with some of those. Changing mat, yes, definitely get one of those. A good tip for you is to not get the plastic ones because they tend to be cold, so you put your baby on and they get uncomfortable and start crying. So if you can get one that is material, that is quite nice because it is warmer. There are other options out there. One particular one that is really highly recommended is the Snuggle Changing Mat. The reason for this actually is because it stays warm. You can carry it anywhere, you can fold it, it's quite comfortable. So look into that. It is quite expensive. So if you can scoop a good deal on the second-hand version, or you could get a voucher from somewhere, definitely give it a shot because it is worth it. It is one of the highly recommended ones. There's one thing in there that is a diaper genie. So I know a lot of people buy these kind of bins to put their dirty nappies in. I personally don't like the diaper genie for a few reasons. One, you have to buy the genie. Then two, you need to buy the refills to keep refilling it. And so it's kind of almost feel like a constant cost that I'm not willing to do, especially if you're in a budget. So I don't recommend it, but it is worth it and it does trap the scent. But I'll walk to the bin, at least for the time being. Anyway, let's move on from nappies and changing and let's jump into your bath section. So your bath section, of course, is important. You need to make sure your baby is clean and hygienic. The first thing that I'll have in there is a bath. We went for the skip hop bath. I really particularly like it because it caters for 3 stages, right? So whether your baby is a newborn, it has an insert in the bath where you can keep your baby in there and have them clean, have your hands free, so you can really focus on what you are doing. As your baby gets more confident and being able to sit, there is the insert that will help them actually relax and sit back. So once again, your hands are free and you can do your thing all the way through to where they are confident sitters. Then you can take the insert out and keep doing your thing. Washcloth towels, get a good couple of these as well. I would definitely say get some of those hooded towels that have, a giraffe in there or an elephant in there, because they do make cute pictures that you can take and share with your friends and family. So I'm getting one, particularly the giraffe one. I really like that. Thermometers, absolutely, get some of those. It's nice having one handy. The Braun thermometers are really cool because they also can tell you once you check the temperature based on the age of the baby, whether it's too high, whether it's too low, whether it's within normal range. So it's worth investing in one of those too. A hygiene kit is highly recommended. Baby's nails grow faster than you think, so some that has some nail clippers, great. A nasal aspirator, have one of those as well. A lot of them come with those syringe bulb ones. They are terrible. I haven't seen a good one yet. So we bought the nose feeder. It's one of those where you have to suck the mucus out of your baby, but it's your baby. It does have a filter, so you're not putting the mucus into your own system, but you're helping clear your baby's airway, so what's not to love? And finally, I think we'll jump onto the last, which is always other. And in there, I've put in a Cot Mobile, the battery version. The reason for this is most Cot Mobiles you buy, you have to tune it or wind it, then it plays music for a minute, then you have to go back and tune it and wind it, then it plays. And often when the music stops, your baby wakes up, especially if they are not in deep sleep. So a good battery version means the music keeps playing. And we bought one of these from Amazon. It's like £15, but it is worth it and having that handy. What else do we have in there? Wardrobe dividers, of course, if you want to organize a wardrobe, especially for first-time parents. Your playmats, as the baby grows, you want to have a playmat they can roll around as well and help them have their tummy time, so that's good. An anti-flathead pillow is quite a good one to have, because for the first couple of months your baby is always lying down, right? So it does have the tendency to make their head flat. It also means their hair at that section doesn't grow evenly too. So an anti-flathead pillow is fantastic for that, because it supports their head, supports their spine, and they have even hair growth as well. So look into that. They are not really expensive, and it's definitely not recommended to have a pillow overnight when your baby's sleeping. So use it when you can keep your eye on your baby, mostly during nap times and stuff, and that is more than enough to help prevent flatheads. Smart home baby skills. I love my smart home stuff, and once again, so I'm looking forward to really exploring what is out there. I believe in one of my older videos I spoke about things like Shush My Baby and the Philips Hue lighting skills for a baby nursery, so I can't wait to really explore that and hopefully share some of those skills with you over here. Besides that, one thing I do have is the air purifier. I suffer from allergies, so does my partner. I believe even my cat suffers from allergies too. So we do have air purifiers scattered across the house. And finally, learn the baby Heimlich. I've already learned this in first aid at work. Definitely have learned that for babies as well. So for new parents and parents to be such as myself, it's really important to have that knowledge too. And shout out to Dadverb, who also, the first time I was looking at essential videos, he was the first person I saw that actually mentioned baby Heimlich. Right, besides that, I think that's really everything that is on my list. Like I said, I'll continue to add things into it, and you can download it for free, including the additional tab that will help you for budgeting. But what do you have on your list? Did you buy anything different? What do you class as essential? Can join us social media at Figuring That Out. If you do like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't subscribed, and I appreciate your time. Until then, stay safe. Peace.